everyone, it's Catherine from 85th and Pine, and today we are going to be doing the first of the 12 Days of Christmas video series for 2022. So I'm really excited about this one. This is the Letters to Santa mailbox that is really interactive for little kids. And so for the next 12 days, we're going to be showcasing a Christmas project that we did on our Glowforge that we will have the files available for you. So please stay tuned and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, now for the exciting part, the assembly process. As you can see, I already did paint this, as you saw in the time lapse just a minute ago, but I used a Bear paint from Home Depot in high gloss. That was just my preference. You could use spray paint to make it easier, or you can use a different material if it's decorative. And the material I used is 1/4 inch MDF. So you're going to need 1/4 inch for this so that the slots fit into the sides properly. If it's any thinner, any thicker, it won't work. So just keep that in mind when picking out your material. And I also did 1/8 inch birch plywood on this living hinge, which this is the first time I used a living hinge piece. It just basically means that it's bendable plywood, and it's really cool how it turned out. So it's all these cut marks, which you'll see in the file if you do this as well. And they're just all cut marks, which makes it all bendable, which is really, really cool. So I'll show you what that piece goes to in just a minute. And I'm going to be using Gorilla Wood Glue for assembling this. You can use E6000 or even super glue as well. I'm just going to show you kind of briefly how I'm going to put it together, and then off camera I'm going to go ahead and glue it. So I'm going to take the side one piece first and the bottom piece right here. And this slot right here we're going to put into the bottom piece on one of the sides. And as you assemble this, as you go, you're going to have to put some center pieces on the inside as you go before you box it all up, because there's going to be pieces that need to be in the middle as well. So we're going to next take the back piece and intertwine it into these notches right here with the back slot. And that's how that piece is going to go. Same with the front piece up here. It's the same as the back. You're just going to line it up with these slots and with this bottom slot on the base right here. And those are going to line up together as well. And finally, the second side piece, you're just going to make sure that these little holes are parallel with each other. So you're going to want to put those up front like so, because something's going to go in the center of this. So when those are all up, before you put them all together and glue them, you're going to want to put this top slotted piece right up here in between the two side pieces, because that is what the door is going to be sitting on. And then we'll put this piece up here in the front. And once this is glued together, that's when you're going to put in this second mail slot piece, which it's labeled on the file, and you're gonna put it into the slots of side 1 and side 2 pieces so that it fits right on top of this front piece. And then we also have the door, which will go like this, with the holes up towards the top right here, and you're gonna place it on side 1 and side 2 inside the little holes right here on the side, on both sides. And that's what's going to let it move freely back and forth at the end. And there is a little handle that you just stick right into the holes right here. You shouldn't have to glue it, but you can if you want to, and it'll just stick right into the holes right here. And that piece looks like this. And then finally, the living hinge, which I will show at the end how it's going to all look, but I'm going to place it over the top of this on the back side, which you will see at the end. This is going to be the final piece to put on to cover up the gap. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now and show you the end product in just a few minutes. Okay, so here's the finished product. I'm super excited about how this turned out. I really like the bright red and this mirrored acrylic that we have here. Now, I did put the words on with a jig, which will be included with this file, but I do want to note, if you use a jig for this, to cut the jig out on something thinner than the material you're going to stick on. So use like poster board or cardstock paper. I used cardboard for the jig, and it was a little bit tricky just because the cardboard was thicker than the words. So just keep that in mind if you want to use a jig for this. And I also have the letters to Santa right here. And I added this wreath that I actually painted with just a sponge and green paint and then a red paint marker. It was super easy. And finally, on this other side, we have North Pole Express, which came out really cute, I think. And as you can also see, this is the living hinge part that bends really easily over the back of it. So all you have to do is open and close, put your mail in, take it out if you want to, and it's ready to go. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this project. If you're interested in making this yourself, I'll have the file listed in the description box below on where you can purchase it in our new Etsy shop. And if you're interested in buying your own Glowforge machine to make stuff like this, please feel free to use my referral code that's in the description box below on where you can get money off. Plus, I would get credits too, which me and my family truly appreciate. As always, if you have questions, please reach out to me, and thanks for watching.